out of 10. I'm only gonna tap it if I need it. And my goal is to build up to where I can drop the leash. So I've got a loose leash, not so loose he's gonna like step through the loop, but arms are down and relaxed. Let's go. Let's go just means start to move with me. Tap right there, because he was getting out ahead and distracted. So I basically tap and turn. That's a tap, distracted, something. Tap. Now let's go work in the house is really hard for him because it's not, some dogs, the tap, some dogs struggle with less structure. They actually struggle with you letting them, you know, have room to make mistakes. And that's definitely him. So if he was not able to do this, like really just pulling like crazy, because he does do that sometimes, I would just put him in heel. Tap, tap again. I actually tapped and held the button for a second on that one because he ignored it. Okay. And I want to go really slow by the dog bed because he likes to anchor towards it. Good, just to make sure he doesn't jump over to it. That's always been really hard for him. It's important that he stops when I stop. It's important that he doesn't just jump out and go to the dog bed. It's very important for him, like how smart he is, how much challenge he needs. We gotta be really crisp with what we're asking. Place. I think he needs to go outside. Did you see that?
It looked like he was coming to me.
Oh, you think so? No. So that was a tap. We're chewing the leash. We'll see if he tries to go outside or not. So my goal is to not move, but I might need to use my hand to guide him. Now, whatever I'm gonna ask him to do, I'm going to tell him when he's a foot or two away from me. That's really important. So if I want him to lay down, because he comes at me so fast, I need to tell him way ahead of time, or whether it's heel or let's go. Those are your options. It's like C-O-M-E into a down, into a heel, or into a let's go, where I just continue to move. And I'll show all three of those. Bo, come, heel. Now I did tap on that because he has a bad habit of crashing into me, which is a big no. So I'm only at a 10, which is not a big level for him. So I just tapped to calm him down. Place. Good boy. I'm gonna do that again. No. Good. Bo, come. Heel. Good job, bud. Down. Good job. Place. Now, if I needed to help him, let me want some water. Out. Place. Good. None in there, bud. So if I did need to help him, I'd just take my finger. Bo, come. Bo, come. Heel. And just kind of guided him back. Like I can do it from here too. Bo, Bo, heel. You see how nippy he gets though? So I like kind of coming at me. So I try not to have to do that. Patting your leg can also be a really good one. Place for him, because we've just conditioned it. Bo, come. Down. Good. Place. And when he was crashing into me, I was tapping at like a 10-15 when I said down a few feet in front of me to slow him down. He needed it. Here's the last one. Bo, come. Come on. Let's go. Good. Slow down, bud. Just anticipating that turn. let's go is supposed to be pretty loose, but I can kind of turn it into a heel. Just make it a bit more strict. So if I say heel though, if he goes out ahead of me at all, I'm tapping the button. Better to pick up the leash for this to give him a little bit of extra help. It's good to practice heel in the house, in the driveway, not just try to do it on a walk. And to practice turns in towards him. Good. So he practices getting out of your way. Good boy. Good job, bud. Yeah. Good boy. Come. Down. Good boy. Good boy. So my hand. See how I just freeze? When that stuff happens, I just freeze. So your hand needs to be like this, like open base palm up when you have a really, really nippy dog when you come towards their face. And it needs to be like an underneath thing. Like that. If you even go towards their face at all. If you can, it's better to kind of just let your arm hang and just go for the chest area. Even though he nudged me, he'll get very nippy and more nippy when I try to put a leash on him. If I do that. And so going towards the chest and the body first, fingers moving nice and slow, and then go to the head is a much better option. It's not that you can't pet the head, it's how you go about doing it. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. So then you stop petting. Out. Place, good boy. Come. Down. So the reason, down. No. So that's the reason I have him lay down first before I give him affection, because I had to say no and tapped. He gets so demanding and then licky and then nippy and then bitey. That's the progression, and it can get pretty intense. And so that's why it's come into a down and pause for a second, like just hang out for a second. And then when he's settled, then going in and being able to give him some affection. Yeah. That's a good boy. That's a sweet boy. Crazy sweet boy. Out. And then just the mental work of him having to move away from you is really challenging. Good for the brain. Down. Good boy.